Welcome back to Keys Prop Hunt. On today, we'll be looking for some props that we can hit on. Let's get into it. Starting out here, we're looking at the left-hand side. You got Lorenzen at the Dodgers. Marquez, I think he's getting piggybacked with Brito for San Diego. Gasser versus St. Louis. Gallen at San Diego. McDonald versus the Blue Jays. Dobbins versus Milwaukee. Imai versus Washington. I will start out with Lorenzen here, facing the Dodgers. Did see them this year, I believe. Didn't pitch horribly, I don't think. Let me go look at that real quick. So let's look. So went 5 innings pitched, 7 hits. Where's the earned? 3 earned. Any homers? No homers in that game. About mid there. But really struggles with the left-hand side. Righties too, though. So has a bunch of pitches he's throwing. For the most part, this changeup is getting some whiffs with this changeup, so we'll look there. Muncy looks good there, 11% K, 31% whiff though. Otani, 36% whiff, so don't love that. Tucker, 29% there. Freeman, 21%, not bad either. A couple homers there for them. And then you got a curveball here too. Sorry if you hear some sirens in the background. Folks going past. Rushing looks good here. So this curveball is getting 11% with. Tucker 17%. Freeman looks good again, 14%. Muncy has the average. The K doesn't look there. Otani doesn't look great there, like at all, against this curveball. Okay. So that is the curveball when it is connected to it is getting hit. He's really getting in trouble with this four-seamer and this cutter. So about all of them look good here. Mid for Tucker. Rushing looks decent, 282. Otani 290. As I mentioned, all of them are pretty much green against this except for Rushing and Tucker. 6 home runs for Freeman and Muncy here. Last 30 days, still a lot of green. Tucker still not. He's hitting for average, but not necessarily for power. But the main folks, Otani, Freeman, Muncy, look good there. And I like these sweet spot percentages. Freeman not so much there, him and Muncy, but Otani looks great there, as does Tucker and Rushing. Edmonds barely played there. And this cutter's really getting hit. Only a 5% swing and strike there. This is last 30, but I will look the full season. So Tucker looks good. Freeman looks good. 2 home runs, 33% barrel. So 2 barrels for him. Edmund. Otani looks okay. Rushing has a barrel there. 2 barrels and a home run. Let's go full season. So Freeman's hitting it all season wise, as is Tucker. So both of them look good there. Muncy, sweet spot, looks good. Otani, not so much sweet spot, but he is batting for average, so he might be getting kind of lucky with that. 3 homers for Muncy against this cutter on the year. And then I'll look at this sinker. Looks like every variation of the fastball that he has is getting hit. Tucker looks really good here. Otani looks good here too. Freeman looks mid here, still only a 13% K. So do like that. I do like Tucker's sweet spot there as well. Let's go all three of those. So Freeman 352, 324 for Otani. A lot of barrel here for them all. Tucker 288. A lot of green on the sweet spot as well. As of late, 414 for Otani. 381 for Freeman, 417 for Tucker. Rushing looks good here with this 20% barrel as well. Kind of like I'm all for a hit. Let me go back to this changeup and sinker because Otani looks good against this changeup. K-wise, I think. Oh, this is last 30 though on small sample size, but 17% whiff. Hold on, let me go back to this. Tucker 13%. Freeman, where you at? 29% in the last 30. Full season wise, I'm pretty sure Freeman had the best, 21%. 29% for Tucker, 36% for Otani. And then this curveball, 17 for Tucker, 14 for Freeman. And Otani does not look good there, 41%. We can go last 30. Not a big sample size though, but I'm leaning Tucker and Freeman for a hit here. Otani's always in play for a homer. That's a chalk play. For some reason they keep pricing Muncy as if he's a chalk play, and he's really not, like, at all. They got him batting like 8th or 7th in the lineup. So like you'll see him at least on FanDuel wise, like he's up there with Otani price wise, a little bit off, but I don't see why, like, at all. So homer here wise, if you want to go chalk play with Otani, you can. However, I think it's Freeman or rushing there. Rushing is pretty like low in the lineup, but he's priced like it, where Muncy isn't. So if I'm gonna go somebody that's 7th, or 8th in the lineup, I'm gonna go rushing here, 20% barrel versus Muncy's 4.8. And then Freeman's batting number 3. And Tucker's not a bad option either. Batting 6. He's looked better as of late, to be honest. Full season wise. Full season wise, it's Freeman, who's looked good as of late too. Okay, let's move on here. Marquez, I don't know how long he's gonna be in the game for me to go there, but I will look into this real quick because Marte does lead off, so he should see him there. Maybe one time. I don't know how long. Isn't really getting whiffs. Has with his slider, but he's only thrown it 3% of the time. So this knuckle curve, he has his most whiffs against. Marte's not really hitting it, but 22% whiff there with Carroll with a home run. Not a huge sample size there to go off of. They were all K'ing towards it last year, so 2 Ks for him last year against this. And then he's just going 4-seamer. So about a 2-pitch mix here for Marquez. So about mid on the batting average there for Marte. Let's look last 30. So 300 in the last 30 across 30 at bats. 15% barrel. 6% K. So I do like that. Tripled yesterday off this four-seamer against Bueller. Just needed to get the launch angle a little higher there. Marte possibly here. Homer wise, so he's gonna see Marquez first there, and then I don't know how long he's gonna be in this game. So it may just be one at bat. So long shot home run, first inning there for Marte. I think so. He's been hot as of late. I don't know why San Diego is sending him as an opener against about 3 or 4 straight lefties in that Arizona lineup, but I'm not the manager. Gallon here struggles with lefties. Give some power up to righties though. So you have some righties in this lineup that can get to him. Machado, Tatis. Just San Diego is just not a good offense this year at all. On the left-hand side, is getting some swing and miss with this changeup, so I'll look there. Merrill and Sheets don't look bad there. 20% whiff for him. Did that on accident. 28% for Merrill. So not bad there against the pitch that he's getting his most whiffs with. The knuckle curve, some Ks here. Merrill has seen it the most. Sheets does have a barrel and a home run here, so I do like that. I didn't see if he did against his changeups. So they both have homers against that changeup. And then this slider he's barely throwing, but his four-seamer is getting hit for sure. 41% usage, almost 15% barrel, 5 home runs against it, only a 2% swing and strike. So he's not missing bats with this. Merrill has the highest barrel here. However, Sheets has 6 home runs against it. I will look last 30. So 3 home runs in the last 30 for Sheets against his four-seamer, 13% K. So do like that. Still a high barrel there for Merrill. This is more so a home run shot here. I think it's Sheets has a homer against the four-seamer, has a homer against the knuckle curve and the changeup as well. He is missing bats with the knuckle curve. However, he's still giving up some barrel there. Also to the slider, but he's barely using that. Merrill has 2 home runs there. So Merrill's in play too, but I like Sheets the most there. From the right hand side, he's getting some whip with this slider. So it's still a pretty good slider he has here, in which they don't necessarily look good here against it. 27% strikeout for Tatis. Machado doesn't look bad here. 32% whiff though on this slider. I will look last 30 to give a recent look. So still 46%. He's just not striking out on it, being Machado. Both have some barrel and some homers against it. Ty France too. So he's also allowing that slider to get hit though, even though he is getting whiffs. Four-seamer still getting hit here. So that's Manny, 6 home runs, 16% barrel. Let's look last 30. Still Manny. I'm not going to go too deep into this. Either Manny or Sheets to go yard against Gallon here in San Diego. Sinker, look at this real quick. Not getting whiffs here. 3 home runs for Manny there. 3 home runs for Bogarts. Look last 30. Tatis has won the last 30. Machado has won the last 30. So, yeah, again, Machado or Sheets to go yard there. Just keep going. I want to attack Imai here. I don't like, he's hard to read. He really only throws 2 pitches. It's the four-seamer or the slider. When he's on, he's on. When he's off, he's really off. This slider I will look at since that's where he's getting his whiffs. Only batter laying off that really is Ruiz with the 18% whiff. And then Garcia's 29% there. So I don't necessarily love that. 21% there for Lau, even though he's striking out against it. Wood really looks bad there. Let's look last 30. Last 30, so Wood has dropped down a little bit. 33%, 26% for Abrams. Crazy thing is, yesterday I said somebody outside of Wood and Garcia is going to go yard, and Abrams looked the worst across Lyle, and then I don't think Ruiz even played, and he ended up going yard. Wood end up going yard too later on in the game, but yeah, he looked the absolute worst yesterday, being Abrams, and went yard. Crazy. So the slider, they don't necessarily look the best against by any means. I know they're going to be hitting this four-seamer. You got Wood, Abrams, Garcia. It's just a matter of them being able to lay off that slider. And, you know, Garcia's been hot, as I mentioned. I didn't see what they're... So when Garcia makes him or Wood, you know, and Ruiz, to be honest, Ruiz probably looks the best. I didn't see what he looked like against this four-seamer. Where you go? So he's really mid there. When they do make contact with this slider, they're not bad. Like Garcia 250, Wood 261. Wood hitting for the most power there, 3 home runs against it, 45% barrel. So when he does make contact, he can hit it. However, it's about him making contact. So I don't know if I lean here for a hit anywhere. I more so lean, you know, yard play, given the whiff here. It's really Wood and Garcia again. Garcia looks better whiff wise in the last 30 for sure. Still a little high on the slider, but it's either one of them. And then Ruiz looks the best as far as whiff across both of the pitches. Don't know where he's going to be in the lineup, though. Wasn't in the lineup yesterday. Okay, let's keep going. I think Dobbins is pitching this last game. Yeah. So let's look into him real quick. He hasn't pitched much this season. 286 to lefties. 12.5% K to walk. Ground ball is pretty low. Is giving up some barrel. So he's missing bats with this slider for sure. Free lick, 10% whip. That's pretty good. 19% for Terang. That's pretty good too. Bowers is getting the most barrel there. Okay. And then this four-seamer and this splitter are getting barreled. So look, splitter first. Yelich has a homer there. Nothing really. Terang, his K does not look good there at all. 44% with, and then you already know that Bowers is hitting this four-seamer for sure. The rest of them about 288 for Terang is pretty good. 262 for Mitchell. Let's go last 30. So last 30, Mitchell looks the best. 35% barrel. Bowers 9%. Terang 333. Yelich looks horrible. Hard to say here. Small sample size. I normally go with Terang when I'm going in their lineup. In which he looks best against this pitch mix as a whole. We'll look at this curveball, in which Terang can hit too. Free looks too low in the lineup for me to go there, but I ain't gonna lie, Terang's K doesn't look the best here at all, so may stay away. I don't necessarily want to go yard in St. Louis, in which they could, but Mitchell looks best in the last 30. Terang still 289, but that K percentage is crazy. With 27% total. May stay away from this one, but their sweet spots look pretty good here I haven't seen Dobbins much at all. I think he just got called up for this game. All right, Lugo, been struggling. More so struggles with the left-hand side. I will look at the right-hand side too. So his cutter is his whiff pitch, as is the slider, but he's barely throwing the slider. Beatty looks good there. Soto does not. 27% K on this cutter, but small sample size. Benj looks really good here. 2.6% whiff on this cutter, 13% barrel. The batting average is not necessarily there, but with this 52% sweet spot here, that's telling me that he's getting a bit unlucky, as well as with the K percentage, he's putting it in play. Sinker wise and four seamer, he's getting in trouble. I like Soto here. Benj looks good too. I more so lean Soto. He's been hot, but Ben's sweet spot looks pretty good too. And then right hand side, really quick. More so lean Bichette here. Struggling with the sinker and four seamer. Bichette is about mid on it, but he has gotten hot as a late. 292, 19% K is not bad at all. And then I'll look he's not really getting whiffs to the right hand side, so I kind of want to stick with that. Go off for, so 338 for Bichette. I like Bichette here too, to be honest. 43% sweet spot. I think that may be it for me on today. Don't really like the right hand side today. Yeah, I'll go ahead and call it. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions with the platform, please let me know. Hope you guys have a great day. See you guys.